Today's topic is...
the most important creative tool you could make for your upcoming project.
Sonny, they can't make me.
No, not like that. Ugh, just do the intro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Waypan. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny.
So, what is this special tool that every single Warhammer project needs? Or, in fact, any project?
It's a mood board.
So, Sunny, is there anything that we have to do differently considering that this is a Warhammer project, be it a Titan or a custom army?
No, there's not much different at all. All you have to do is make sure that you have your lore and aesthetics based off that lore in mind.
Alright, let's get into how to make a mood board. But before we answer how to make a mood board, what is a mood board?
A mood board is a collage of all your visual references and inspirations in one place, and it's really helpful because you'll never lose track of how your project needs to look because it's all in one place.
Alright, so what are you doing here on the computer at the moment?
Well, to start off any mood board, you need to do research. And Cal has told me a little bit more about the lore, but I like to do a little bit of research on my own to figure out how I feel the things should look.
Before we go into the individual bits of research, I just want you to go through this process which you're doing in Photoshop and why you're doing it.
Yes, so different people have different ways of looking at things, right? But for a client, things have to be instant when they look at it. So what I'm doing is laying out the pictures. I have a Titan in the middle, put some arrows pointing at the different parts and what references and styles I want to do for these different parts.
And ta-da! It's finished, but I'm seeing a lot of negative space.
Yeah, because I'm not done yet. I still have to draw in the arrows to show which part refers to which area.
Alright, you want to draw in those arrows and we'll explain things while you do?
Okie dokes.
The client wanted a Legio Praesagius Titan, and we looked at it and we thought, alright, how can we do these things? And when we looked at the tab art, I was like, alright, we could do decals?
Yeah, and we were also considering maybe just printing it out
Yeah.
on cardstock, maybe do some weathering on it and then chuck it on the groin there and then call it a day.
So we looked at all of this and we thought, oh, that looks like a marbling effect. So we thought, let's do a marbling effect, but this time let's go full in like we did on...
The Thunderhawk, right?
Yeah, that's right,
So
yeah.
your plan was to actually layer different veins of gold throughout the marbling effect because we're using the wet wipes technique, which we show here in the mood board so the client knows exactly what we're going for.
Alright, so up here we wanted to do a bit of freehand, and what we wanted to do was a sort of honouring of Legio Graphonicus. Yeah. And what we wanted to do was show them honouring the dead, so to speak, because they had a very similar mindset to that of Legio Praesagius, and they held the same home on Mars before they got sent out and all of that.
So they fell to the Tyranids, and we wanted an artwork to show that simply onto the chest plate that we want to draw, because it's a very small area.
Yep.
So we just got ChatGPT to do it for us.
And it doesn't look so good, but Sunny, why didn't we just draw something of our own?
Because a mood board is a proposal, especially when it comes to showing them to clients. And if clients don't like certain ideas, they can reject that.
And drawing those pieces take a lot of time.
Exactly, and you would have wasted time and effort on something that wasn't confirmed. Essentially, your mood board is a guide. These ideas are not set in stone.
So let's move on to the next bit, and this is something of a through line for the whole Titan here.
Correct. So according to the lore, there are very chivalric orders. So when I'm thinking chivalric, we think knights, high Victorian, high Gothic type of elements. So I look into motifs of that nature, and instead of just doing freehand, because I was actually looking at some examples like Sistine Sisters.
Oh my god, that is so intense.
It's insane, right? So how do I take it up a notch but work within my own strengths? And I thought, why not we bring in a bit of a 3D element into this and do piped texture paste.
And this would be similar to like henna because you've done that before,
I've done henna before, exactly, and I've made my own cones before, so it's not really outside my wheelhouse, but it would be unique enough that it's us, right? And it would make it feel very grand.
So I wasn't exactly for this idea, but we thought it was an idea worth presenting. It was an idea worth visualizing.
Exactly, because no plan survives the battlefield. When we actually go in to do the Titan, maybe this plan might not work out and we'll have to find a replacement for it, but it's good to visualize what we have in our head.
So because we're YouTubers, we obviously have to honour other YouTubers. Yes, but we actually saw Midwinter Minis do this thing and we thought, hey, that's a great idea. Why don't we just steal that?
The whole point of a Titan is this whole grand thing, right? So like, why not use those flags as part of this commission as well?
Yeah. But speaking of stealing ideas, we saw some things like you're like, all right, let's just do this Legio Praesagius symbol up here with piping. And I'm like, oh, we could 3D print it. And then we discuss some ideas. But we saw this thing where they had those Emperor's eagles with the
Oh,
thunderbolts.
it's so nice. And then turns out when we look at it closer, the other shoulder pad was exactly the same. And I was like, no way you could freehand it exactly the same. So it had to be a decal. And you found that it was actually part of the Custodes decal set.
And we thought, all right, why don't we just do that? Because I thought that's a good idea. And it has a whole lot of other stuff like filigree and plates
which we could incorporate in other areas if need be. Again, this is just a guide and it's just getting a feel for things. All a mood board is to keep your ideas in mind and on track so you don't deviate.
Speaking about deviation, the other thing that you can do is present multiple ideas at the same time. For example, the Legio Praesagius crest. We have 3 different ones here, right? We have the old Greek style one, we have the current Praesagius symbol, and we have the one on the shield. And we're like, all right, we want to do a Legio Praesagius freehand on the other one, opposite the Legio Graphonicus. Yeah. And so that was one of the ideas that we wanted to present. Say to the client, okay, so how would you like us to do this? But another thing was, one of the pieces that you had for the piping showed some very delicate and intricate freehand, and you thought that you could do that if you didn't do the piping.
Well, not exactly. What I was trying to show was this is how a design might look on a shoulder pad, and then what if we reimagined that as a 3D texture piped on it, and I showed those 2 different textures, right?
Okay, so for me, it was more of a fallback. So if the piping didn't work out, this is what we do instead.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that I put here is these cathedral arches and stuff like that.
And that's another option that we potentially looked at and how we could do it and things like this. What we are trying to do is sell a vision, and whichever vision the client wants, not us.
We just follow along with that.
So for the mechanically minded, I think the way that you should think of a mood board is the old adage of measure twice, cut once.
Or you could also think of it as an investigator's cork board.
Oh, hey, they're already thinking that we're crazy enough. Let's not add to that idea.
Yeah.
But there's one last and very obvious question. Why do you make such a big mood board?
Now, you saw that I had an A4 version of this, but an A4 piece of paper can be easily filed away or lost. But if you make it an A1 size poster, that's going to sit somewhere on your wall where you cannot ignore it. And that's a way for you to say, hey, I should probably get onto that project.
Speaking of getting onto those projects, we always have either a skit or something after these. And if you enjoyed this episode, please watch something else from us.
And as always,
keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye.
I'm telling you, Toots, I think the Dreaming Wolves are behind this, and all we have to do is pretend to be a bunch of pregnant women and charge their doors.
Sonny, they already think that we're crazy. You don't really have to add fuel to that.
This is how we get into the noble house, okay? Refer to the board. Refer to the board.
I thought we'd talk about how this is like sort of the first step of making your custom army.
Cal, the board!
And then we could recommend, the other Stillmania thing that we did about armies. But no, you got to be crazy. This is what I got to deal with every day, gentlemen.